Going live. So I'm gonna wait until you guys start screaming and showing me that I'm live and that you can hear me perfectly well. Yeah, I'm sorry that this took a little bit longer because basically I decided to upgrade my XSplit license just before Twitch, and that was not a good idea. So yeah, I can see myself. Can you say hello, 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 so I know that you hear me? Yes, no? But okay, I think this is working. Yes, hey Haruki. Okay, so we're live. So yeah, as I was thinking, I'm so sorry for the delay, 8 minutes delay. Shame on me. But yeah, I had some last minute issues. Anyway, so welcome to everyone to another live stream of awesomeness. Today I'm not gonna be super long because there are a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, but in the end, yeah, I have to cut it up also because of time issues. So yeah, we are gonna go very quickly through the Ghost Festival event because that was already, I'm pretty sure some of you guys already played it during the previous last 2 weeks because it was on the test server, and you already gave your feedback and everything. So I saw a lot of positive comments, so that's good. And I was thinking that since a lot of people have been complaining that we are not developing things very quickly, or that we are not developing the kind of things that they would like to see, I would like to reassure you guys that we have a development cycle here in Drakensang Online, and I would like to go through it with you so you understand that, for example, in one release you see it a little bit empty, doesn't mean that we all worked on that release, but there are other people working in future releases, and some of them are quite huge, and there are a lot of interesting things coming to Drakensang Online by the end of the year. I'm not saying anything else, but yeah, so I wanted to walk a little bit, and see a little bit the process with all of you. Then of course we will go to the community questions and answers. I will get some questions from you guys from the chat, and I also prepare some of them here. And of course the community raffle, I have to say that I went a little bit YOLO this time, and I actually got 15 winners, which is crazy. I know we always do 10, but this time I did 5 extra. Yeah, you can thank me later. You shouldn't send already, emails to this direction up here. I mean, yes, for the next Twitch, but not for this one because I already closed the email address. So, sorry, but then you will be considered for the next Twitch. So that's nice. Anyway, let's start. Okay, so play with Tabo. Seriously, I feel like repeating myself all over and over again here, but you know it. You wanna get that? I'm gonna make it dance again if I can. Let me try again. That's it, now it's dancing. Okay, so you can get this awesome called Dracanian style dance or something like that by playing with Tabo. Tabo is currently in Grimag and on Heredur. I don't know if it's on Warian as well. I think it is as well. So if you see him and you play with him during this Twitch, so for the next 30 or 40 minutes, then of course later you're gonna get that lovely thing. Okay, and I'm not gonna spend so much time on this because you already know about it. Someone is telling that I should give under. I'm gonna give you something better later on, but I'm not saying what. Okay, so Ghost Festival. By now, it shouldn't come as a surprise that there is a new event coming. It's a new event in town, and this will start by the end of October. Actually, I have there the date. It's actually from the 28th of October to November the 11th. Those are the working dates. So as you can see, it's like 2 weeks of event, and it's gonna be completely new. Has someone then play the event here on the test server? If so, let us know, in the comments, if you played this, what do you think about it? But yeah, basically there is a new event that will start, with the Halloween season on the 28th. As I said, it's completely new. It's open to levels 15 to 50. So that's pretty, nice range for everyone to play. And it brings 4 new maps, as I wrote it there. So it's like 3 new maps for the main event, and then 1 extra map for the challenge. So there is a challenge as well that will happen by the beginning of November. And the cool thing is that every single thing in this event is with progress bar. So we're gonna have, except the boss weapon, yes, don't kill me yet. We have a progress bar for the main event, and we have another progress bar for the challenge. The cool thing is that we are giving like crazy weapons. So you will have first weapon, like the main weapon, that will be a boss drop. But then later on we have defensive items, which will happen. The defensive items was in the, let me see. yeah, in the general event reward. And then we have a lovely cloak, kind of ghostly cloak, that will happen in the by the end of the challenge. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this, check it out. It's gonna be cool because it has new quests and it has, new items and everything. And some people were complaining that we were doing a lot of events with tier items, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. The good thing about this event is that we are not doing that. So we don't follow that system. So all the items are unique items and you don't have to, increase them. And for those of you who also want to know, we also have like a new pet, which is a kind of, that we have already a pet that is this kind of, talking and lovely skull that follows you everywhere. So we created a kind of ugly and creepier version of it. So it's also one of the main rewards in the event. So if you are searching for a new, creepy companion to follow you in your adventures in Drakenia, there you go. And what I put there, it's actually the picture of the main boss, which is, let me remember, I think it's called Wenfara, that's it. Wenfara, and there is another mini-boss that will happen in the challenge as well. Will, grant you different loot and different possibilities. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what you have to know about this event. And then, yeah, of course, I'm gonna put soon the guide on the forums. It will come probably next week, by the end of the next week or something like that. If you're curious to see, exactly how this event is, so you can prepare a little bit better, ahead of time, then go to the forums and check it out. Gifts are gone, comps are gone, Sargon in 2016. Well, my friends, Sargon is not happening this year. Now, I don't particularly know the fate of this, archie enemy of Drakenia, but I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. So yeah, so that's pretty much, for the Ghost Festival, which is something that, yeah, in the previous Twitch, I kind of teased it a little bit, and I think just that they came on the server, so I did really fail at teasing this. But anyway, so yeah, so that's one of the things that is coming with release 176. And of course, some people have asked, because of course we were, showing that release 175 was bringing a mini event, which is the Monster Hunt. But that event was dormant. It didn't come, with the release. And some people were like, yeah, but tell us, when is this coming? Okay, as a reminder, the Monster Hunt events are mini events, means that not really like huge or anything. They have different duration, so we made one for 1 hour, another one for 1 day, 2 days, and 4 days, and we will play around. So for example, there you have the first one will happen on Monday, so from Monday to Tuesday. And don't worry if you are not, super. Of course, I am aware of the fact that some people play on Sundays, some people play on Saturdays, some people play on Mondays. So yeah, if you don't have a lot of time to play this event, don't worry, because we are repeating them. They will come every month. I think actually the second one comes also this month. So as you know, it's just a mini event on top that will grant you extra things if you kill worthy opponents. So consider this as a kind of, reward for your, daily ratio of farming. This one actually brings, I think, if you complete this one, actually, you see that you can get Draken. So if you complete this 1 day event, and you complete the whole event, the progression of the event, you will get 1,000 Draken. Which is very nice, I think, because, well, if you can complete 1,000 Drakens in one go of this event, imagine how many Draken can you farm in the next months, yeah? That's a very nice thing. I hope that you guys, can replenish those, Draken reserves that are so much suffering. So yeah. I hope that you guys are looking forward to this one. It's just a little thing. It will go, of course, live on the event notification window. So whenever you start the game on those hours between 4 and 4, of course, Tegan and Agathon go a little bit, a little bit later in our, European time. But pretty much it's the same. It's 24 hours of event. So yeah, just enjoy that, okay? I see that 1,000, it's good. Raffle, okay, the raffle guy comes later on in the agenda. Normally I give the prizes in the end, so I get you guys listen to myself and to my ramblings for like 30 or 40 minutes, and then we go to the raffle. And I see people saying that they are from Poland, from Kurdistan. Hello, I am from Spain, but I'm currently living in Germany. I've been living in Germany for a lot of years. And ja, ich kann auch Deutsch reden. which means that I can speak a little bit of German. Okay, now I'm gonna throw this thingy again, and we're gonna go to a very interesting topic, which is the production cycle. The production cycle of Drakensang Online. Just because, as I said, I saw some, confusion between people saying that we are not, delivering enough content. Why is this thing not working? So I think this program is bugging again, and I cannot change to the next slide. Yeah, here we are. Okay, it's just a little bit slow. Okay, so I did this amazing production cycle schematic just to keep it very easy and, so you guys understand a little bit how this goes. And I'm gonna explain why Leonidas is there. Okay, so I don't know if you're familiar on, how online games get developed. We have a different development cycle than other games that are not online, just simply because we are on constant development, right? We create releases every 2 weeks, but some of the features don't get, let's say, they get worked in the beginning of a release, but they don't see the lights, the light of day until the next 2 releases. So I want to, go a little bit through all of this. The first thing, the first thing that starts in the production cycle of Drakensang Online is to have an idea. To have, for example, an idea for an event, an idea for a feature, let's say a dragon event, or the leaderboards, or a new pet, or a new mount, or whatever. So this is like the main idea process where there is one person that kind of says, okay, you know what, we need this in the game, and I'm gonna describe it. So then from the main idea, and that's what I put that lovely icon of peacefulness, because this is what I call the, the creative sphere when nothing goes wrong. It's just an amazing idea and looks awesome on the paper. Normally the main idea needs a concept art, needs this graphical visual aspect of it. Okay, how it's going to look. If it's a mount and a pet, of course it also looks it's of course you have the graphical aspect of it, but also a feature, because somehow the feature also translates into graphical art. For example, if you're thinking about skills, then you also have to think about how those skills are going to perform on the screen. Or if you have, let's say, the leaderboards, then you also have to think how you are gonna, do the scoring and how are you gonna present the scoring. So there is a lot of, concept art, first design, first this, but it's like crazy, and everything is getting put on design document. Okay, that design document, when the person that is in charge of this goes kind of, okay, guys, I think I did a very nice thing here. I want your feedback. Then, of course, we give it to a team review. This is where other teams that are going to be also involved in the process. For example, let's say we have leaderboards, and okay, the leaderboards is the, let's say, decision of a game designer, but it needs UI artists that implement, of course, all the, all the graphic aspects. Then we have the programmers, which are going to do all the mathematics and all the crazy implementation of that system inside the game. And you have, of course, QA, and you have different teams. So then all of these teams get together and they review the feature and say, this, yeah? So what does it mean when it goes like this? It can mean 2 things. It can mean that, for example, this person that had this idea, it cannot be done, or needs to be tweaked, the design, or, there is something wrong, but it can be fixed. So then the person has to go back to the original design and change it. Or what it happen as well is that we put it in the backlog, which is something that backlog doesn't mean that it won't happen again. That's what we did, for example, for the character archetype. Doesn't mean that it's going to disappear. Doesn't mean that it's far away from the development cycle. It means that at the moment it won't happen, but it can happen later on. Okay, so that's the kind of 2 things that happen once the first design is there. And when the team has said, okay, guy, let's go with it, then we enter in a very amazing place called work in progress. This is how I call it. And that's why I put Leonidas there, because basically it's a very complicated production cycle, because basically you have to, the main idea has to be elaborated and has to be break down into all the different aspects of a feature. If it's an event, you have to think about the boss fights, you have to think about the maps, you have to think about the rewards, you have to think about the balancing, you have to think about the mobs. So there is a lot of things that come in the mind of the main person in charge of this, and that's why it goes a little bit wild. And then let's say that the feature is more or less finished. What it does is that it goes into our internal deployment. It means that we have, that we have the test server, which is external, We also have a test server, which is internal. And what happens here, that the QA, the lovely quality assurance people that are sitting there, they come into play and they start testing the feature. So if the feature is not good inside the internal environment, if they find a lot of bugs, or a lot of things that don't make sense, that's why, they kick the guy inside the pit, and we have to go back to the design phase. If something is not working, it has to be fixed because it won't go. But if QA says, okay, yeah, this works as intended, and it's kind of okay, sometimes there are, of course, little bugs that get discovered later on. But if the core thing of the feature is working, then we decide to put it on the test server, which is when you guys come into, lights and then start reporting as well and start testing. And that's when we see, QA, me as well, because of course I also read comments that appear on forums as well. We see how this is performing. If we see, a lot of bugs that really make the release impossible, then we either will, go back to work in progress, or we stop that until someone fixes it, etc. So this is always this thing, the iteration. QA has a lot to say about, also user experience, how the feature feels, how the event feels, etc. And only when, there is more or less this package is kind of finished, then we jump in, we put it in the live servers, and it's alive. That's where I put it. It's alive, and it's lovely, and everyone can start, playing it when we release it live. Now, of course, what it can happen is that there are like little bugs or major bugs that get discovered later, or that we have to work later on for a hotfix or for another release. There are also tweaks. There is room for improvement, and that's why. And since some people are, I'm gonna present you guys this lovely thing, which is. Yeah, I am twitching. Thank you. So this is an amazing gun that one of the QA guys has. But yeah, going back to that, so it's alive, but of course, there is room for improvements and there is room for other things. And that's pretty much, how the production cycle is. I feel like I talk here. I'm going to read a little bit your comments here. Yeah, it's true. Debugging should be done before live. It's true. We actually catch a lot of bugs during the internal testing, either internal testing or test server testing. Now, there are some bugs that gets fixed later on, also because it's a decision on production whether we go live or not with the products. But then, of course, we take the super hardcore, game-breaking bugs. We take them very quickly, and that's why sometimes you find hot fixes as well. So yeah. This is the production cycle of Drakensang Online. And actually today, what I did, I'm gonna close this. What I did today was to sneak in with my camera to some of the rooms, because I want to show you a little bit, how this actually looks like. So let me see if I can change this. In the meantime, I'm gonna drink my lovely coffee. Please tell me, how can I play and find Tavo? Well, you have to log in the game as I'm talking, and if you're lucky, you can find him in, normally in Kings Hill, so in Heredur and in Grimag. Let me see if this works now. Pictures. What about new skills? Well, new skills is even more complicated, to be honest, because new skills, it's about game design. So, coming up with the new skills is concept art, which, by the way, guys, this concept art is completely exclusive. I'm not going to say what is this, but this is something that will come to the game, and I'm not going to say too many things about it. But yeah. So yeah, with the skills, you have to think about, okay, how to balance the skills, how this plays in PvE, how this plays in PvP. You have also to imagine that we have to do the effects for those, that we have to do the icons and everything. And there is always a lot of what we call iteration, which is like repetition of designs. When you put a design, and then you make like a design 2.0, and then you test it, and then you say, design 3.0, and then you keep on building and editing things of the design until the end, it gets shipped to you. I mean, when we did the skill 2.0, the big skill thing that we changed with Race of Valor, I can only tell you how many months in advance that started. It was like, I think in January or February, and it took like up to a lot of months to, totally perfect it. Yeah, it's Photoshop. Yeah, that's exactly the program that we are using. Okay, so this is concept art. This is how this starts. Oh, man, don't tell me. The things of their life, so I wanted to show you amazing pictures, and the program is not letting me to do this thing. So I'm going to keep on talking. I'm going to answer maybe some of your questions, and if in the end I can show you this, it would be just amazing. Nerf Dwarf in PvE. Well, I'm not going to comment at the moment about this. Let me Okay, this won't work. Boss, someone says maybe it's a boss. Nerf Draken, no. We should improve the Draken actually. So yeah, apparently this program is not letting me load all the pictures, so that's actually brilliant and amazing. Haruki, why is rank drop dragon? The drop of the dragon regarding Draken was dropped a little bit because we are already, as I said before, we are implementing other ways for you guys to get Draken. So yeah, remember that. Okay, yeah, it's true. The Draken were a little bit reduced from this event, but as I said, if you play normally 2 or 3 monster hunts per month, you will have a very nice reserve of Draken happening later on. So it's okay. Is it a mage? It could be a mage. I mean, it certainly has some skills. Yeah, I really don't know if it's a mage or not, but I think it certainly has the things of being a mage. And yeah, it's a little bit corrupted on the elbow, shoulder. When we come transformation of items, actually that I added in my lovely questionnaire of the community, and I will answer that later on. And I see that this is not working. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna jump into question and answer. So I'm gonna answer some of your questions. I will get some of the questions up there, and later on I can show you some pictures. If not, we will just jump to the raffle, and I will share these things on the forum so you guys can totally check it. Okay, so first question: if there are Mac users on this chat at the moment, show yourselves. So yeah, there was an issue with Mac, so release 175 made it unable for a while to people to play on Mac. Quite unfortunate. Our team fixed it, and there is of course a compensation going on, but the compensation won't arrive until the release 176. So with release 176, it's already on the patch notes, you will get your compensation, so that's nice. Another question was, and this is related to Nob, is whether we're going to put the dragon items, the old dragon set, back to Nob, and this is yes. I guess that the people were asking this because during the last dragon event, we also put a lot of items at the same time the event was running at Nob, and this time didn't happen. But don't worry, if you want to get your old dragon set, then keep those dragon, don't spend them, because this for sure will happen. I don't know if I don't think it's this month, but it could totally happen in November or December, so don't worry, keep those Draken. The same goes with the Sargon items, so some people were asking whether we can, get them by, limited offers, or it will be still the realm of lucky spheres. And this is something that, well, at the moment, they will only be obtainable via lucky spheres, but this is a suggestion that has been already shipped to the team, as well as, implementing more items from past events or costumes or other kinds of things into Nob, because at the moment it's true that it's pretty much, the Dragon Egg, the Dark set, and the Dragon set, and then we want to expand those things. I cannot tell you exactly when this happened, but don't worry, we are very insisting with this thingy. Also, one member of the German community was asking whether we can translate these Twitch sessions into German. Und ich muss sagen, Entschuldigung, aber wir können das nicht machen. Which means that we cannot do that. Why? Because, believe it or not, I talk very fast. And in 1 hour of Twitch or in 30 minutes of Twitch, you talk so much and give so much information that later on we have to do it manually. If we wanted to put, subtitles on the sessions, it would be done manually. And to be honest, it takes a lot of time. So I rather prefer to focus on the forums, on reporting, on building, social media content rather than giving this. But don't worry, the dev diaries will always be translated, okay? And anyway, you always get summary, how do you say, or summaries in the forums. So yeah, you can always ask questions, to the German mods, to any national moderator, and they will pass them along to us. So that's no problem. Also, some people were asking about the latency indicator, and they were asking how often is this thing updating. So basically, I asked one of the programmer that actually did this, and they said that it's updated every 10 seconds and contains the average ping for these 10 seconds. And now there are some people that were complaining, and actually we found that, yeah, sometimes when you change map very quickly, maybe the latency indicator takes some time or some seconds to update, but don't worry, eventually gets updated. It's just that it takes a little bit more of time, especially if you're changing maps very quickly, and that's it. And that's pretty much it. I don't know if you have like some questions here. We need the same for first, FPS. I don't think we are gonna do this, to be honest. I think the latency indicator was more of a request that we saw actually on the community. But for the FPS at the moment, I really cannot tell you. Is Tava on GreenMax server? Yes, he is. Are you going to introduce new costumes? I'm unsure of this. I mean, the first, of course, question that I get, the first answer that comes to my mind is just, of course, we're always looking into different things of course, mounts, pets, costumes, emotes, and everything. And then, of course, we try to put them as well on the events, so you guys can access them for free. We need more inventory. Yeah, this is something that I agree. This is something that has also been, passed along to the developers. This brings, of course, the topic of sticker book. Sticker book is something that it's in the backlog. So if you pay attention to the lessons that I just gave, so basically that will happen eventually. It's just not right now, but we have already a design in place. So that's amazing. I never get reward from raffle. Well, you have to understand that every single time I create a new Twitch and I jump, with my raffle.org, which is the page that I use for choosing randomly people, you have to understand that we have like around 4,000, 5,000 sometimes emails per Twitch session. So if you don't get selected, well, it's like the raffles on Facebook, sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're unlucky. So sorry, keep on trying, and eventually I hope you get it. Haruki, the parallel world have problems with unique items on lower level. I'm level 34 and I never drop a lot of farm. No, we don't have any caps, any special formula working for levels and everything. No, it's just that you're having less luck than other people if you want to compare yourself to the people who have already something. But yeah, we are not capping or making farming different for levels. I mean, Haruko. It's funny that you call me Haruko because one of my best friends also calls me Haruko. Change daily reward, please. Daily reward, yes, this is also in the pipeline. This is also something that is in the backlog. And I hope that once we can do it as well, because I will be one of the first ones in, welcoming this. We changed already daily challenges. And one of the two designs that we had was daily challenges and daily rewards. And then we thought to give preeminence to daily challenges just because, well, they're, like the word implies, a little bit more challenging and offer different incentives for you and different things, but we will surely, we have to change that because it has been in place for a lot of years already, the current system, so it could totally do with a little bit of an update. New character go live. This, my friend, won't happen in this year, and I hope it will happen in 2017, but at the moment I don't have any information with this. How about adding damage bar in the game? It will be cool. Yeah, we have a lot of, we also had a request that was to add the speed of the character to the stats. I think this is something that is still, an improvement that we sent to the team, but it has way less priority than other systems and other features at the moment, so at the moment it won't happen. But I'm so disappointed that I cannot show you any pictures. This is so lame. This is like this, huh? Very like this. But I'm thinking I will put it probably in the Twitch summary. So if you're interested to see, some kind of super exclusive photographs of the team, because some of these pictures were taken completely ninja style, like behind them, and without them noticing. I will put them on the forums so you guys can check it, and yeah, you can keep on guessing what this guy is, and you actually will see more exclusive content in those pictures because I kind of snapped some exclusive from the art team, so yeah, it's very interesting. So I'm gonna jump to the raffle winners. If this program allows me, I'm seriously, note for me in the future, I will never proceed with an upgrade of this at the just before Twitch. I thought it would be a small one, but it's taking way long. So raffle winners. This is happening. It's not happening. Oh, God. The lovely wonders of life. So you know what? I think I'm going to stop the Twitch at the moment, like right now. And I'm going to start it with the other slide, because at the moment it's just loading all of those pictures that I took with all, my great intention in the world, and it's not working. So I think I'm going to stop now the Twitch. Don't panic. I'm still here. I'm going to start it again, okay? So just give me 30 seconds, and I'm back, okay? See you. If I cannot do this, wait. I'm going to QA all my Twitch sessions from now on. You have another task for you guys. Okay, let me see if I can stop this. Okay, it's taking time. Wait a moment. Don't panic, please. Don't panic. I'm not good when people panic around me. Wait a moment. Right, I'm gonna close this. If I can't, raffle, bye bye.